On Tuesday, 5th of May 1964, Samuel John Eliot was born, son of Thomas and Nolene Eliot. My dad had a normal, he was healthy. He was a healthy baby, but he was also the one of two. He has a twin, and he is the oldest of the two, and by a few minutes or whatever. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's a few minutes, and his brother is called Robert, and I don't have any pictures of him, but just to say about Robert, well, I will go. Sorry, I actually will go on to him in his own, not his own video, but like I said, it's his own section of a video. But just like, to give you a preview, uh, they look alike. They really do. I look like my dad, and my dad, looks like Robert, and vice versa. You could see clear differences, like my lifestyle and stuff. But I'll get into that. Don't worry. So, what to kind of say? Well, my dad had a healthy upbringing. He was okay that way. His family of 12, which I'll talk about all of those, lived in a small enough farmhouse in a town called Castlederg, and it wasn't the greatest life, to be honest. My dad didn't have any electricity, which, like, back in the 60s was far more commonplace than it is now. Like, not having TV was commonplace, and not having electricity, if you live out in the countryside, certainly would be, especially if you're not rich. Like these days, there's farmers in this country that are absolutely stacked with money, whereas farming back in the day, yeah, you could barely, get food on the table. But uh, he was living, like, in a big enough house, but with a lot of siblings, like 12. I don't remember the exact number. I think I'm leaving one out, but yeah, 12. He's one of 12 at least. At least. It's definitely, I think it's an even number, so if it's not 12, it must be 14, but I don't think it is. So I must have got them all right, but I will tell you about them in, like I said, the future video. But yeah, what my dad explains is that he had to sleep in the bedroom with, like, other brothers, like, basically crammed in, like, with each other, and even my mother had to go through that as well. And she didn't have as big a family, but because there was no, like, luxury in space, like, like, in rooms, like, you had to just sleep beside your siblings. And I can only imagine what it would have been like whenever my dad was a teenager. And I would say by then, most of them would be still living in the house. My dad is, I don't know which, if, like, he's not the first, so he's not the oldest, and he's definitely not the youngest. Uh, I know that for much. I would say he's more middle, upper middle. So he's not like maybe top three, but I can't be sure. There's so many, but I would say he's definitely in the higher six. Uh, like, it's weird to talk about, like, being the oldest in such a large group, But yeah, you know, like at the moment, yeah, as you could tell, if you were, uh, you know, like reading, you know, like or sorry, not reading, but if you manage to do the calculation, 1964, my dad will be. He's currently 58, and he will be 59 this May. So yeah, he's coming near 60. Can't believe it. But so he's definitely, you know, like getting older.